So we don't just learn, we do. Thank you very much, Kume Charles. Now everybody get your Bible and pen. We are about to begin the process of doing, okay? By learning and writing down what we are going to learn this morning. And normally, the mastermind ambassador, okay, trains us in our masterclass sessions. But here we are blessed this morning to receive our training from the ambassador himself. So without wasting time, let us go to the comment section as we welcome my own mentor. I don't know who is your mentor, but he is my mentor. Everything I have become in this business is simply as a result of his mentorship. Seriously speaking, that's Bon talking. Am I speaking for somebody in this house? If I'm speaking for you, go to the comment section and begin to welcome the ambassador, a mastermind leader, elite mastermind leader. He's also my vision leader, my sponsor. So go ahead and welcome our mentor, the mentor of mentors, the 247 himself, ambassador. I'm not getting enough welcome. Okay, welcome messages. So I'm not going to introduce him. All right, I can see a whole lot. Ambassador of Bianefo Esimai. Welcome, Ambassador. You have the floor, sir. Thank you for.
All right, thank you very much, Bond. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Hope we rested well, and today's a good day. I'm super excited. I hope you are. Today we are going to delve into a very unique topic, and that's how to invite people and how to have success. You see, if you don't have people in this business, it will be a serious challenge for you. So what if I showed you how to invite as many people and they come? One thing is to invite, another thing is, are they going to come? So, all right, let me see. So good morning, everybody, to this Super Power Cell meeting, and we're going to be dissecting on how to invite people and making sure that they come. You know, like I said earlier, if you invite people, that's one thing. Another thing is that, you know, they come. The challenge we have all the time is you invite people and you're like, oh my goodness, I invited 15 people, nobody came. In fact, five said they were going to come. Five said they were going to come. And on the day of the invitation of the presentation, one told me that he was downstairs at the parking lot. He was looking for where to park. This is 2 days later. He's still looking for where to park. We cannot see him. I mean, so you'd understand practically. Now, please let me make this very clear, please. Never ever remove yourself from the equation of success. Some of us want tools to do the work for us. So let me give you a background before we go right into the matter. In fact, at the end of this meeting, we're going to also deal with one of the very heavy factors in this business, and that is rejection. How are you going to deal with rejection when somebody outrightly tells you I'm not doing the business, or I don't want to do the business, this is not my thing, this can weigh you down, but we'll have a solution for that, all right? So the foundation of today's event is this. Yes, we have a tool to get people to attend and make sure that they attend, but that tool will be executed by you. Not by me, not by the tool, but by you. A lot of people want to distance themselves from success equation. Please, if you are here, agree with me. If you are here and you're successful, there has never been any success you created without you being present. It cannot be different in this business, all right? So just know that it is part of you. Let me give you an instance. If this is an AK-47, all right, if this is an AK-47, it's not a gun, it's a gimbal, all right, for camera. Now, this is an AK-47. This can give a deadly blow to the enemy, all right? You could kill as many people as possible. It's a tool, isn't it? If you have a knife, all right, a knife can eliminate one person at a time. Pardon me for using this extreme example, but I need you to know where I'm coming from. It's very important. if I use a knife, I can eliminate one enemy at a time. If I use an AK-47, I can eliminate multiple enemies at a time, right? So which tool is better at eliminating enemies? All right, assuming that you're military personnel, you are fighting against terrorists, so you need to eliminate more than one enemy at a time. Which one would you use? A knife, right? No, an AK-47. Now, an AK-47 is a mighty tool, a mighty weapon. But then, for you to have a success with this AK-47, you guys, you need to understand that you need to learn how to use the AK-47. You just have to learn it. Even though this AK-47 is so powerful, you have to learn how to use it. Because the way you use a knife is not the way you use an AK-47. Am I communicating right? That means the success of you eliminating your enemies is in your hands. But then this tool makes it easier because you also have a different tool that can eliminate one at a time, but this tool eliminates multitudes at a time. So you need to learn how to use it. And that's what is about to happen now. You have to learn how to use the tool I'm about to show you, because if you don't blame the tool, blame yourself. All right? So we're going to start with it's about 27 minutes. Thereabout. Is a full video, it's a 36 minute video, but we only need the 27 minutes. It's a video by Eric Warren. He will break this thing down, then we dissect it together. Is that okay? We dissect it. It's a secret, and you guys, it will shock you when you know this, but it requires determination. Is going to explain what it requires for you to run this. So please pay attention. It's very important. I'm recording this so we can have a playback eventually. All right, so, but get your pen and paper, please. Get your pen and paper down. Where's mine? I have mine here. Okay, there you go. So get your pen and paper because we're going to dissect this immediately afterwards, all right? If I were you, just be a good student and call up your downlines. Reach out for people. We help others. We rise up by helping others. All right. So don't just be here, because if you get this by yourself, if you get this information by yourself, you won't go far. But imagine if 5, 6, 7, 10 of your downlines are here as you're grabbing information, they're grabbing information. What do you think will happen? You guys will explode very fast. So let me go quickly to share my screen. Where are you? There you go. All right. So please pay attention.
I hope it's making you more money. Now, let's talk about how to get more people to show up at events. That's what I'm excited about today. It's the one skill out of the 7 skills I think is the highest skill. And in my career, fortunately for me, when I first got started in network marketing, the skill of getting people to show up at events was something that I was kind of naturally good at. I could get people to show up. I could get people to come to my house. I could get people to come to a small event on a Tuesday night at a hotel. I could get people to commit to regional events and destination events. I was pretty good at it for whatever reason. So the good news for me is it made up for so many things I wasn't good at, that it allowed me the time to develop the other skills, or at least find out what those other skills were. But I think it's true that everybody wants more people to show up at events. We got one-on-one events, two-on-one, small group events, local events, regional events, destination events. There's a lot of truth to the phrase, meetings make money. Meetings do a lot of things, and I need to get some water. Meetings do a lot of things for people, for prospects, and for people looking at an opportunity for second exposure, third exposure, whatever. They give people social proof. They give people a view that is hard to see through their friend. They might need to have some third-party validation. Usually there's some excitement, there's some stories, a lot of things going on at events that don't normally happen one-on-one. So The one thing that people get frustrated with when they get involved in network marketing is they invite a bunch of people to an event, nobody shows up. And I will tell you, the reason people don't show up at events is because they never intended to. You ask them, hey, will you come to this event? They say, yeah, sure. But they never intended to come. They never intended to be there. They never intended to follow through. They were just trying to be what they thought would be polite. They were coming up with a way to end the conversation. They never intended to. They said yes to get rid of you. And really the issue is you didn't convey enough value to them to justify the time. You know, when they didn't show up, what that really says is something else was more important. And you didn't communicate to them that this would be more important than anything else that would show up. People lead busy lives. What happens is, let's say you invite somebody to a home meeting. And the person says, yeah, I'll come over. Sure, why not? And they get home and they lose their motivation to leave again. They get home from work and they change their clothes and they turn on the TV and there's some food there for dinner and they're like, do I really want to drive across town? They're probably not going to miss me. It's going to be okay. I can skip out on this one. I'm home now anyway. Or same thing's true for, let's say it's a local event in a hotel room or something. Same thing's true. They get home and they're like, I really don't feel like getting dressed again and leaving the house. They're tired after their day at work, right? People are nervous about meeting a group of strangers also. So I'm giving you all kind of the reasons why they don't show up. They're nervous about going into a room full of strangers. They're nervous about the unknown. Life happens. So all of these different reasons are why prospects. Now I'm going to talk about two different categories, okay, of getting people to attend events. One category are prospects that are going to be attending a one-on-one, two-on-one, small group, breakfast meeting, lunch meeting, home meeting, local opportunity meeting, those types of things. That's one group of people, and I'm describing what happens to them. The second group I'm going to talk about later is getting distributors to attend events, attending training events, attending regional events, attending national events, international events, company conventions, those types of things. Because both of those things will do well for you. They'll help you make money. So when it comes to prospects, 1, they're busy. 2, they're tired. 3, they're nervous. 4, stuff shows up, life gets in the way. The biggest reason for all of that, though, is if you haven't shown them enough reasons that this event is more important than all this other stuff, the other stuff's going to overwhelm them, and they're not going to come. Okay? So key concepts for prospects when you are inviting them to something. 1 is enthusiasm. If you're excited about what it is that you're inviting them to, if you're just going through the motions and you're just saying, hey, we have this event and we have it all the time and if you want to swing by, that kind of stuff. What I've found is a lot of people apologize in the invitation. Look, I know that I haven't given you enough time. And look, I'm sorry that, I know that whatever, I'm sorry for bothering you to take a look at this. And, oh gosh, I know it's on the other side of town. And they apologize and apologize and apologize and apologize and back up where they're expecting the person to say no. So even if the person says yes, they've done it there's so many seeds of doubt planted. They're like, yes, it is across town. Yes, it was short notice. Yes, I don't have a lot of time. Yeah, I'm justified now in not taking a look. So you need to have posture, be strong, pump yourself up. When I was inviting to an event, I would literally listen to music that got me energized beforehand, just for a few minutes. Listen to some music, get my energy right, and make sure I had a smile on my face, and I got on the phone and I started calling with enthusiasm. Guess what? We have something amazing. With energy, with urgency. It has to be this Tuesday. There's whatever else you have going on, you got to move your schedule. You got to make this happen this Tuesday, this Thursday, this Friday, whatever the day it is. So there's always urgency in there. So I always put in enthusiasm, lots of energy, lots of urgency, and also lots of compliments. I was always complimenting the person like crazy. So I'll give you some ideas. You've heard, if you follow Network Marketing Pro at all, is if I would you. If I would you, right? If I did this, would you do that? So the same thing works here, is if I invited you to this special invitation only event.
All right, somebody's asking, can we see those attributes again? All right, let me just take it back.
Lots of energy, lots of urgency, and also lots of compliments.
All right, so you can type it out or at least take a screenshot of this. This is very important. If you miss this, you've missed everything. All right, let's go.
I was always complimenting the person like crazy. So I'll give you some ideas. You've heard, if you follow Network Marketing Pro at all, is if I would you. If I would you, right? If I did this, would you do that? So the same thing works here, is if I invited you to this special invitation only event in my home, would you attend? I haven't invited you yet, but if I did, would you attend? If I invited you to this executive luncheon, would you join me? If I invited you to this special showcase, this special event at this hotel on such and such a day, would you join me? And for prospects, what I learned was if you followed my 8-step invitation formula when it comes to talking to people on the phone to get them to take a look at something, it's a little bit different to get them to come to events, but you saw my follow-up process. So if I gave you this, would you watch it? When would you do it for sure? So if I called you after that, you've done it for sure, right? What's the best number and time for me to call? Those types of things. It's the same kind of thing with events. But I'll give you an example. It's a little bit different. It's about questions and commitment and assignments. So here's what I mean by that. I invite you. I say, listen, there's this, I compliment you. I don't have a lot of time. I'm running out the door. I compliment you. I've always appreciated you. You got a really good head for business. You see things other people don't see, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I do the invite. Listen, there's something, it might be for you, it might not, but I would really be interested in your opinion on it. They're doing a kind of an overview of this company on Tuesday night at the Marriott Hotel. And it's, 20 minutes away in this town close to us. If I invited you to sit in with me, kind of go in, sit there, kick the tires and check it out, would you go with me? Would you attend? And they're going to say yes, they're going to say no. But if, typically, not typically, but a good portion of the time, people say, well, yeah, give me the time, when it is, when is it. If they say no, then you can follow down that path. But if they say yes, then it's, a lot of people say, well, fantastic, I'll see you Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, got to go. And it's at that hotel, got to go. But that's not what I did. Here was my secret. My secret was I would spend 2 more minutes on the phone and I would lock up that commitment. I'll give you an example. So if I go, if I invited you, would you attend, right? They say yes. Yeah, sure, I'll attend. Then I would do something like this. I would say, do you know where the hotel is? Do you know the location? They would say, yeah, I think so. Well, do you want me to send you a little map quest? Do you want me to send you the address? Do you want me to send you whatever? They say, they finally say yes to that. Then I say, are you going to come straight from work or are you going to go home first? So I would ask when basically they're leaving. You're going to be leaving from the office or from home? I'm going to leave from home. All right, so about how long is it from your house to that hotel? And they say, well, it's 20, 25 minutes. I said, well, I'd love to meet you about 15 minutes before the thing starts. It starts at 7 o'clock. So that would mean you need to leave about 6:15. Is that going to work? For you to leave your house at 6:15? So, they say home, they're going to leave from home. And then I say, so 6:15 is about the time. You're going to leave at 6:15? And they'll say, yeah, then they're going to start thinking about their life. They're going to say, well, what time do you normally get home? I get home about 5:30. So you leave at 6:15. You can pretty much turn around and do that by 6:15. Yeah, sure, I'll do that by 6:15. Okay, now do you feel the difference? I just spend a couple minutes just kind of locking this down, because if I don't do this, they're going to get home and they're going to say, gosh, I don't have time to turn around and all that stuff. But I've already planted all this in their brain. Now, I'm going to say, listen, when you get there at 6:45, I want to meet you, just so you know where it all is. There's, when you walk into the main lobby, so there's a lobby location. There's this big flower arrangement in the main place. I'm going to be standing at that flower arrangement. I'll just plan on meeting you at 6:45. So they say, sure. All right, fantastic. I'll give you a call, maybe a day ahead of time just to make sure we're all connected. But I got to go. I'll see you later. Okay? Now, every one of these questions that they've answered, it went from, yeah, I'll be there, to serious about them being there. Way serious about them being there. Okay? So this simple little process right now, I promise you when it came to inviting people to an event, quadrupled the results of anybody who they did this. If I invited you, would you come? And they didn't even do that. They just say, I have an event. Would you come to the event? They didn't even do if I would you. But even if they went that far and they just stopped there, their results are 10% of what I got. I had people show up, man. I got people to show up at events. Now, this is one approach, okay? This is one approach. Here's another approach that I used, okay? Now, you may want to use this, you may not. But when I was launching my business, if you're ever involved in a campaign, if you're involved in a launch, whatever, I did this and it worked. If you love me, say, listen, there's this big regional event, or I'm hosting my own event for the very first time. I'm nervous. There's this big event, and I would really appreciate your support. So to my family, if you love me, you'll come. I'm doing a home meeting in my house. I don't care if you sign. I don't care if you join. I don't care if you become a customer. It doesn't matter to me. But what I do care about is that you support me. So if I invited you to my house, will you just come sit there, nod your head, poke the person next to you and say, boy, isn't he something? Would you do that, please, for me? Would you give 1 hour of your life for me? Because I'd give it for you. Right? And I did this with my family. I did this with my friends. There was an event probably, I'm guessing maybe 60 days into my network marketing career. And somebody said, whoever brings the most people to this event is going to win. And they were going to have some prize for whoever brought the most guests. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go after this. And I went crazy. I called every family member. I said, if you love me, you'll be there. I called every single friend. I said, if you're my friend, you'll be there. I called every prospect I could think of. And I said, you got to be there. And I also told all of these groups that, listen, this is a once ever event. The company's vice president is coming into town, and it may never happen again in the history of Minnesota. Okay? So if you know some people that might like what you're about to see at this event, you should bring them along. If you got a list of 3, 4, 5 people that if you decided to do something, those would be the 3, 4, 5 you'd call them now and have them come kick the tires with you at the same time. Well, I was 23 years old and had no skills other than I just pounded this to death. I had, at that first event, 120 people. 120 people at that event. Sponsored about 20 out of those 120. A lot of them were there just to support, and that's fine. But the 20 surprised me. I didn't expect the 20 that, and they signed up over the course of probably 45 days after that. But 120 at that first event. And I remember I got a $100 bill from the speaker. Who has the most guests? And they were standing up. Who has more than 50? And I kept standing. Who has more than 60? And I kept standing. Finally, I was the only one left at 120. Ran up there, grabbed my $100 bill from the speaker from stage. It was awesome, right? But what did I do? I was committed. I went after this and I said, if you love me, you'll show up. Now, the second time I used this was probably maybe a year into my career. And I was proud of something up until that point. We did weekly opportunity presentations at the local hotel. And my claim to fame, I had a claim to fame. My claim to fame was I always had at least one guest at every presentation. Always. Every week. I'd have somebody sit next to me that was a guest, a prospect. And nobody else was as consistent as me. I was good, man. Sometimes I'd have my own little row. I'd have 5 or 6. Sometimes I've had as many as 10 if there's a guest speaker or something. But I always had at least one. That was my baseline. And my whole business was around drag the people to that meeting, let the people do the presentation, and I'm going to sign some of them up. But the mentor in the area at that time, the main leader that was running the meetings, went out of town to build in another city for 90 days. So the meetings started to fall apart. And I don't mean like stop happening. They were just, the quality was terrible in the event. And they stopped having a display, and the music stopped, and they started doing, the air conditioning was always too hot or too cold, and the presenters weren't put together, and the testimonials weren't right, and it started being embarrassing. So I started bringing guests, and they were going like, why did you bring me to this? This is embarrassing. And I was like, well, gosh, I'm sorry. So I didn't know what to do, because that was my whole business. Drag bodies, put them in the seat, let them do the presentation. If they join with the company. I get a commission, for helping them get started and getting their product order. So I went to the little committee, and there was a committee that ran the meeting. And I said, this will all make sense to you in a second. Okay, I'm going to get back to this. But I went to the committee and said, guys, can we, they were like, kid, please, give us, we got this. It's fine. It's fine. So I didn't know what to do, and I didn't have any money. So I decided that I was going to do my own event. They were doing theirs on Tuesdays. I was going to do it on a Thursday. And I went to the Embassy Suites, the airport Embassy Suites in Minneapolis, and I booked a room that could hold about 200 people. And it cost me $200 to book this room of money I did not have. I was borrowing my rent money, basically, in order to be able to rent the room. Okay? So I rent the room. Now, step one, I have to do all the things that I was complaining about. I've got to make sure the name tags are there, and I've got to make sure the mixtape and all that stuff is done for the music, and somebody's got to take care of the air conditioning. The display's got to be set up, and you got to have the little info packets for the guests, and you got to have a nice registration table and all the stuff. So I do that, but that's the easy part. Guess what the hard part was? I can't just be sitting in that room that holds 200 people with me and one other person. I used to be proud of that just a week ago. Now, to not be embarrassed, to make sure I cover my costs and I'm figure out a way to be successful, I've got to put people in the room. So guess what I did? I did this. This is a year after being involved. I called all my family and said, if you love me, you'll be there. If I called my friends, if you love me, you'll be there. I called all the prospects I could get. And I never, ever had more than 8 or 9 people that I'd ever had at an event after that initial burst. I'm talking about the weekly events. Never. I was always like 1 or 2 or 3, right? Well, 10 days after I decided to do this, I made all these calls. My very first event had about 50 people in it. Very first one. Why? If you love me, you'll be there. Just be there. Just say, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Just nod your head and clap and laugh at the jokes and tell people that you're sitting next to that, boy, this is awesome. And guess what? Again, I sponsored a bunch of people, and my meetings went from 50 to 70 to 100, and then I started, and I took over the other meeting that was happening on Tuesday night because everybody heard what was going on. I started taking over the training. I will tell you, that little moment there with this approach changed my whole career. If I didn't do that, I don't know if I'd still be here today. If I didn't really go all out in order to be able to make that happen. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, when it comes to like home meetings, some of you promote towards home meetings. I'll do the same thing as this as far as details. Do you know where the house is? How long would it take for you to get there? Are you coming from home? Are you coming from work? All that kind of stuff. But on top of that, I'll ask, can you bring some ice? Why? I'm giving them an assignment. I'm making them part of the process. I'm involving them in the on top of asking the home, the family, can you bring some chips? That kind of stuff. Will you pick up some chips on the way? Could you be there 15 minutes early? I'd appreciate it. Can you get some paper plates? Would you bring a bag of ice? I'd really, really appreciate that. So now I got to put, first of all, it makes the meeting really, really good because you invite 10 people and, one's bringing cookies, one's bringing ice, one's bringing, some drinks, one's bringing whatever it is. You know what I mean? So you got a buffet basically from the people who are bringing little snacks, and everybody's kind of part of the process. It gives them a little ownership in the process. Okay? You don't really need to do these types of things for a one-on-one or two-on-one, but I've found for group meetings, whether it's at a restaurant or a home or whatever, anytime you can add, in addition to detail, the key concept here is detail. Get detail, get specifics. And here, the key concept is assignments. Okay, give them an assignment. Involve them in the process. Now they got a little ownership in making a successful event. The key concept here is support. Support. Okay, so a lot of people are really, really afraid to follow up when it comes to, once they get somebody who says yes. I'm not afraid to follow up at all. I would call the person, or I would send them a text or send them an email and just say, hey, I'm just confirming you're going to be leaving around 6:15. I'm going to meet you at the lobby at 6:45. I'm looking forward to it. Detail, right? With here, I'm just confirming you're going to support me. I appreciate you. Thank you in advance for supporting me. It's really great. For here, hey, I'm just confirming you're going to bring some chips, okay? Would you bring some cookies or something? Bring a bag of ice. Pick up some bottled water for me on the way over. I'll help take care of it. I just need you to do that for me. So it's about assignments, it's about support, it's about detail. Okay? Now, let me talk to you about distributors. How do you build a culture?
All right. we're going to stop there because of time. And yes, we got the gist, right? We got the gist. So quickly, who would like to dissect what you learned today? Who would like to go through it? Celestine, you're the first to raise your hand. Celestine, all right. I will unmute you. Celestine, your microphone is not on. I wonder why that is. Celestine, your microphone is not on. I'm wondering how you listen to everything that was happening. I don't know. Anyways, Simon Ibu, I'm going to unmute you quickly. Accept the unmute, Simon.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Simon.
Morning, sir. Good morning. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Fantastic. So first of all,
wow, it was super cool.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it was super cool. I really got value today. And actually, I will say this point out like your skills of communication, your approach, your determination on how to go about it. First of all, you ask yourself this question: getting this value in the next 2 or 3 years after you are no more, or when like your children start growing up, what do you have to offer them? This also turns to the sense of understanding of your own business, your willingness to do it. It's not about I have gotten the money, I've gotten the word. Does this stop there? No, it does not always stop there. It's to go extra mile. Just like how a team got into a final in the Champions League. After got into that final, you just okay, finally I'm there for the final. And the trophy.
Okay, Simon, let me, Simon, sorry, let me interrupt you a little bit. I want you to hit the nail on the head. What did you get, right? Yeah, I understand you feel a bit motivated and stuff, but I need to hit the nail on the head because we have a big event happening in Abuja. Simon, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Abuja, from Usezon.
Simon, how many people have you invited for Sunday's event? Are you aware we have a big event Sunday?
Yeah. Presently 11, sir.
11. Now 11 is too poor. So yes, now, but that's okay. But 11 is way too poor. You're going to do a lot of invitations today, and you need to put in. You need to invite minimum of 100 people. So tell me, which technique are you going to use to invite 100 people, based on what you heard today?
Yeah, sir. First of all, I will first understand their schedules. After that, secondly, the approach I will use for them, like the mindset of what their daily activity will be all about first.
No. Simon, okay, so just pay attention. How long did you start this business? When did you start the business?
Not after 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yes, sir.
All right, Simon, I need you to pay. Have you gone through your SMO, standard method of operation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who is your leader? Who's your vision leader?
Ruth.
All right, Simon, I want you to sit back, pay attention right about now. I need you to pay 100% attention because, Simon, if you do not invite a minimum of 100 people for this event, that's going to happen on Sunday, Simon, I cannot assure if you're going to go far in this business. So just pay attention. Someone's going to summarize how you make it happen because it was said in the video. I don't know why you couldn't articulate it, but it's okay. Nkume Charles, I'm going to unmute you. just do a quick summary of what you need to do. Based on the video we watched. Simon, are you there? All right, so let me see. Who else? Simon who? Simon Atim. Okay, so is this Simon? All right, Simon, I've unmuted you.
All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, boss,
Good morning,
for this wonderful opportunity. All right, yeah, this training was done by Eric Warren. He talked about how to invite properly and get people show up in your events. He said something, he said the factors to consider when inviting is this. 1, enthusiasm. 2, you must be full of energy, you must be energetic. And 3, urgency. And number 4, compliment, always compliment a lot. He said there are 2 types of people that you need to invite to attend your events. Now, number 1, he talked about inviting of prospects. And secondly, he talked about inviting of what? Distributors. Now, if you are inviting prospects to attend your event, these are the things to know. Some ideas for inviting is this. If I would you need to make sure you get that commitment. If I would you. Now, when they say yes, they will attend. Now ask them, do you know the location or do you want me to send you the address for the location? If they say yes, they know the location. Now you also go for and ask them, when are they living? Are they living from home, from office, or from church? Make sure you get their commitment. Now you also ask them, how many minutes is it going to take you from where you are to the office? They will give you the commitment. If it's 15 minutes, if it's 30 minutes, they will give you the commitment. And also tell them, I would like to see you 15 minutes before then. We need to see. Make sure you have a commitment with them. Tell them, if possible, tell them where you're going to be so that when they come, they should do for you. They should be there 15 minutes or 30 minutes before the event so that you guys can see before the event. Now, when they say yes, they will. You probably get their attention and also what? They will also show up. You've given them what? Commitment. Now, the second approach he used, he said he mostly used this for what? His family, prospect, his close friends. Now, this approach, he said what? He will tell them, if you are my friend, if you love me, I would like you to be there. If you know you love me, you are my friend, I would like you to be there. Now, when they say yes, they will be there. Now, he also go further and say this. If you are coming, now this second one is for home meetings. In our own, we have what we call the big announcements. He uses some for home meeting. His own, he call it what? Home meetings. If you are coming, come along with some ice for me. He also tell them, come along with some chips for me. And why is he doing this? He's doing this because he needs to give them an assignment to commit them so that they will come and they will make sure they come on time. So thank you very much, boss. I hope this will help somebody today.
Fantastic, Simon. You did it. You hit the nail on the head. That was a super fast summary. I'm going to get a lady to also, a lady from a lady's perspective, also Sosami. I hope you're a lady. Sosami, also, are you a lady or are you a guy? I've unmuted you, accept the unmute. Sosami.
Good morning, sir. I'm a guy.
Hey! Oh, thank you very much. Good morning is a good morning. I don't need a guy. I need a female. I need a woman. Thank you very much. I had to unmute you. That's which female? Pharmacy, Sosami. All right, yeah, guys. Sorry about that. So we're going to push over to Ishioma Dai. Don't mind me. I'm just kidding. Ishioma Dai. All right. So let's go ahead. So let's get a woman's perspective, a female's perspective on the summary quickly. Go ahead. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Eric Warren really hit it hard this morning. And one of the things I took from this is a lot of people, of course, we invite a whole lot and most people don't show up. And the reason why they don't show up is because we are not doing it very correctly. And he stated it clearly that most people are very busy, they're tired, probably they went out and they're already tired. And some stuff came up. And once it comes up like that, they look at what they have on ground and you. So probably if they don't see the need for them to show up in your event, they end up doing those stuff and abandon your event. And after a while, you get tired of inviting them and probably you just end it, pack up the business. Now, he said it very clearly that for you to invite anyone, there should be a lot of urgency. We'll have to deploy urgency in it and make it so very, very important. The first speaker talked about enthusiasm, the energy that you need to use, and of course, you compliment people. And of course, if you want to really succeed in this business, you need to be very bold. You don't need to be scared about people. Of course, there are two things that will happen. It's either they show up or they don't. So just ensure that at your own end, you play the game properly by ensuring that you call them back a day to the particular event, and also ensure that you get a proper feedback using what the first speaker talked about. Okay, then the location too. You should ensure that the location is well known to your prospects, and the timing, because most times most prospects come at the middle of the event, so they might not be able to get the full knowledge of what they need to be able to make decision. And of course, if you tell them to come back another time, you might actually mix it up. So timing is very, very essential in our business. So you need to discuss about their location and how well. If it is on Zoom too, you ensure that you encourage them to log on time so that they won't be able to mess up. Then of course, family and friends. A lot of people find it very difficult to interact with family. This boils down to relationship as well. Do you value people? Because if you don't value people, if you invite them for your event or things, they might end up not showing up. Excuse me, because first of all, you are not there for them most of the time. So when you are speaking all the English, they just look at you and they smile and they end up not showing as well. So once you start this business, you need to start showing care. You need to start paying attention to a lot of things that you weren't paying attention to, so that you'll be able to, at least when you give them opportunity, when you want them to support you, they'll be available for you to support you. Then also the home meeting as well, that assignment. I know at one point we said it, that we don't encourage people to give in snacks and all that for our meetings. But again, you look for other assignments that will not involve so much money, just to ensure that you engage them for them to be part of the meeting. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Well said, well articulated, Ishoma. Very well. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are getting it. So I'm going to break it down quickly. There's something you said towards the end, Ishoma, that you're not allowed to give snacks. Yes, you can give snacks in your home meetings, but you're not allowed to cook. You're not allowed to do something too elaborate so that you don't discourage people who come. Because when they come and you do this lavish cooking, wine, drinks everywhere, they say, oh, so that means if I start this business, I'm going to have to be cooking for the whole world. I beg, I don't want to do them, and they jump out. But you could tell people to come with a bottle of groundnut, come with a garden egg, come with wine, or just giving an assignment. But anyways, based on the fact that we're having a big event this Sunday in Abuja, and some of you are going to be having big events maybe on Monday or on Saturday, whenever it is, destination events, not just Zoom event, destination event, physical events. This is very important. Zoom events are good, but it's better that someone goes and sees the business meeting physically, and then the person attends QSG trainings on Zoom. The physical meetings are super important, except you don't have any physical meeting in your area, then of course they can attend the Zoom meeting. So here's how you can invite them. Two basic ways. One is very fast, the other one takes time, but either ways they work. The first one is use your normal script, invite them, all right? Then after inviting them, this is how to secure the option to make sure that they attend. I'm going to read out, some of you wrote it down, I'm going to read it out step by step so we know why it has to go like this. After you invite people and they say, yes, I wouldn't mind, I want to come, right? It could be your downline, you're inviting for your downline, or you're inviting for yourself. But then people will say, yes, they're going to come. But most times they say yes, but they don't intend to come. They're just saying, okay, I hope everything works out. If I have time on that day, I will come. That is what they're saying. If I have time on that day. And the truth is, nobody has time. We make our time for things. So why should they make our time to attend? So you have followed the normal, the natural process of inviting them, and they said they would attend. Abi, don't stop there. Go ahead, and I'll ask them. All right, the venue is going to be at, in Abuja, is going to be at this wax center. I'll send the address. So you ask them, do you know the location? This location, do you know it? They say, I don't know it. All right. It is, you know Prince and Princess, right? They say yes. If you're coming from Prince and Princess. Now, why should you go ahead and do this? Because if you don't do this, on that day, some of them might miss their road. They might, the event starts, registration starts by 3, for 30 minutes, 3:30, the event starts. Now, this person is on his way. By 3 o'clock, he's on his way. By 3:30, he gets to the venue, to the location, but he doesn't know how to enter the venue. He begins to call you. I don't know, I've missed my way. I don't know how to get here. And you begin to explain to him for another 5 to 10 minutes. Time is going. Other invitees, other people you invited are calling you as well. And you can't pick their call because this person is still on the call. And you, at the end of the day, 10, 15 minutes have passed. So that is a negative vibe for you. So you need to do this before they even attend. So you ask them, do you know the location? If they say no, attempt to explain the location. I'm going to put a full description of the location. Or I'm also going to put a Google map location. Just what you're going to type on your Google map, it will take you there. So with your Google map, just type it there, boom. If you're in a car, or you're in a, on an Uber, whatever, it will take you directly to the place, all right? Now, if they don't use smartphones, they don't have internet, and they for whatever reason, they can't use it, you now explain to them, it's opposite Owando, before you get to Gadowa entrance. The street opposite Owando filling station at Gadowa is very simple. The street, the place is on the street, is a close. Is on the street opposite Owando filling station before you enter Gadowa Estate. Okay, very simple. I'm going to type it and send again. Now, question number 2. Are you coming straight from church, or you're going to come from home? Are you going home after church and then you come from home, or are you coming straight from church? Now, what are you're making it, you are stamping their decision of coming, and you're making it more serious. So they say, no, I'm going to come from church. If the event is by 3, my church finishes by 2:30. So I think I'll just come from church. Watch this. This is psychological. If they say they're going to go home, it's dangerous. So there's more work for you to be done, for you to do. If they're coming from church, it will be easier. But if they go home and eat that Sunday rice, hello, they're gone. You have no idea. Some of you know what I'm saying. That Sunday rice is intoxicating. Especially you eat that Sunday rice and drink cold water. It will knock you off for 5 hours. All right? So if the person is going home before they come, know that you're going to do some real work. So when you ask them, are you coming straight from church or home? Okay, I'm coming from church, or I'm going home. If they say they're going home, you now ask them, okay, you know the location, right? It's in Gadowa, around Prince and Princess side, that axis. So from your house to that axis, how many minutes does it normally take you? Or do you think it will take you? If the person doesn't know, you suggest, if it's from Wuse 2 to that place, it might take them like 20 minutes drive, all right? If they're staying in Warimpa, it might take them like 30, 35 minutes drive. So with that, you now calculate. If it's going to take them 30 minutes from where they are to the location, that means they need to leave their house by when? For a meeting of 3 o'clock, 2:30. So if they're going to the house, it's okay. So you're going to coming from the house. So that means you need to leave your house by 2:30. Because when you tell people that the meeting is for 3 o'clock, what they are processing in their head is, I am leaving my house by 3. So you tell them by 2:30 you start leaving so that you get there before 3 o'clock. Is that okay? Now I want to, why? Because I want to meet you by 5 minutes after 3. The registration starts, so that I'll give you, I'll make sure that your access code is valid. Otherwise you'll not be able to enter. All right? Because they'll be asking, so why do you want me to come by 3 o'clock on the dot? Registration starts by 3. Why do you want to? Because I want to see you. Even if you're not going to be there, if you're not going to be there, let them know that you're going to be there. But then for whatever reason, you could, when they come, you probably tell them, okay, meet put someone on standby that will meet them on your behalf if you're not going to be there. Because they will always ask, why should I come on time? I might come 5 minutes or 10 minutes after the event starts, because I want to meet you to validate your access code. Otherwise, you will not have access to the place. And then I also want you to make sure that you get a place that is convenient, especially for your high profile guests. Then once you make that statement, I want to meet you about 5 minutes after 3. So please, can you leave your house by 2:30? Because it will take you 30 minutes to drive. Okay, this is getting serious. All right. Yes, I will. And then you now tell them, when you get there by 3 p.m. or by 5 minutes after 3, let's meet at the entrance. I'll be at the entrance. All right. These are the 4 or 5 questions you need to ask them, and then you close. For one person, teaching you how to use the AK-47, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's not one call. It's not one statement that solves it all. No, there's several stages. You have to ask them these things. If you want to see, if you doubt me, try it. Whether you're inviting for Abuja event or you're inviting for Port Harcourt event or wherever you are, use this. It's very important. And the second one is mind-blowing. This one works like crazy. I've used it before. I'm going to use it again. It works like magic. This is for people that you know and they know you. For some of you, if you're in Abuja, make your name this now. Whether you've invited them for any business event before or not, whether they have said no to you before or not, this is miraculous. Your parents, your uncles, by the way, why is your sister not doing this business? Why doesn't she know what you're doing? Why is your uncle, your father, why are they not doing this business? Or at least, why don't they know what you're doing? It is not proper. You have to show this business to people that are close to you. Not for them to start, but at least let them see what you're doing, so that if they have a mind to start, they will start under you. Now, use the if you love me, you will show up for me. If you love me, you will come. I want you to show me some love. But don't show me some love by giving me money. I want you to show me some love and support, because I'm launching out with a group, 6 Gear Revolution, on Sunday, and I want you to show me love. You know, a lot of people show love when their friends die and they spend 5 hours. I just want you to show me love now that I'm alive for just 90 minutes. Can you do that for me, Daddy? Can you do that for me, IK? Can you do that for me, John? Can you do that for? I just want you to show me love, all right? Just, you don't need to. It's a business launch. We're launching out, all right, into the world, but I need you to come show me love. You know, just give me some support, all right? Can you do that just for 2 hours, just for me? You know, when I die, you're going to probably spend like 3 hours in my funeral, all right? But I want you to do that for me now. Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? This is powerful. They don't have to, you tell them it's a business meeting, don't worry, you don't even need to start anything. I just want you to be there for me for just 90 minutes. After 90 minutes, just stay till the end, and then you can go. But you need to come on time for me. It's what in psychology it's called emotional blackmail. But you're not, you know, yeah, that word sounds heavy, but you're not blackmailing them to do something wrong. You are engaging them to come and see something that you have started that is about to change your life, and it can also change their lives. And the truth of the matter is, some of them will come and it will make some super sense to them. Woo! And they want to get started. So too much English is not required with this one. Just show me love. Just show me some love. I mean, you're my friend, right? I want you to be there for me for just 90 minutes. But you must mention the amount of time. So they don't enter there and they're like, okay, I'm showing my brother love. Hi, but I don't know when this meeting will end. This might be a 4-hour meeting. Oh, hey, I don't enter Yawa. Now, some of them will stay, all right, because that word you use will be reverberating in their head over and over. I'm showing my brother love, man. I'm here because I want to show him love. He said he wants me to stay for 90 minutes. So that's why you have to mention the duration. 90 minutes is about a good time for them to stay. But there's no way you'd enter that event that you would not want to stay till the end. Do you understand? So at least let them come. Please, if they come and some of them begin to go, don't take it personally. Some of them will come, stay for 2 minutes and go. Those who stay for 2 minutes and go are those that you did not specify or specifically mention the duration of the event. If you just tell them, hey, come show me love, I say, I'll show you love, 3 o'clock, right? All right. So 3 o'clock, they come, boom. You know how we do in parties. When we show up for parties, we show up and just show face so that, or weddings, let the celebrant know I have come. And once you show face, boom, they sneak out again. At least you know I came and I attended. A lot of people are going to do that. But how do you convert that, right? How do you convert that? By mentioning the duration of the time they're going to spend there. So they are going to show you love for 90 minutes. They're going to show you love for 98 minutes. That's approximately the time duration that we're going to spend there, all right? So they're like, okay, so when they're coming, they know that they're shutting down 98 minutes of their time. You've spoken to their emotions. You've spoken to their inner being. They won't say no to you, especially when you mention, like, you know, people, when they die, they go to their burial and spend 2-3 hours. So I don't want you to come when I die. I want you to come now because I'm launching out big. All right. So remember the enthusiasm. I'm launching out big. You see how you're talking? Who was the first person that attempted to answer the question here? What's his name again? So this model is what all of you are going to use, the new people. If you're new and you're finding it difficult to invite people, this is the script you're going to use. Later, you can learn how to use the other scripts. But this one, use it, especially if you're in Abuja, use this. It will blow your mind, the result you have. But please, no apologies to anybody. If they come and they don't find it interesting, tell them, hey, I didn't want you to start. I just wanted to show me love to see what I'm doing. Now, when they now leave and they say, is it what you brought me? Okay, oh, is this what you're doing? Yes, this is what I'm doing. And you know, and they say, no, you know, these kind of things, I'm not really interested in these kind of things. After that, you now tell them, yes, Auntie, I understand. So there are 2 things you have to do after the presentation. Let's go there quickly. Stay with me now. We're about to end. 2 things you will do after the presentation. Quickly, quickly, quickly. 2 things. Let's go there. Let's go there. Please, guys, remember that this script is sacrosanct. If you don't have the script, I'm going to copy this. There are 2 scripts I'm going to copy and send to the group chat because this weekend is going to be super amazing. So use the script, all right? Use the script. After they attend the presentation, please, if you need to memorize this, memorize it. You can't send this. Oh dear. Zoom quit unexpectedly. All right, so I'm back. All right. Now let's do this quickly. So if you need to memorize this, please memorize it for all it's worth. All right, please do memorize this. Now, so immediately after the meeting, maybe out of the 150 people that came, only that you invited, let's say 50 came or 20 came, and then you have to gather them at one place. All right, after the meeting, just gather 1 or 2 or 3 chairs, put it down and say, okay, hey, I appreciate you guys for coming, being open-minded. Now, this is however you want to deliver this, all right, but it's left to your discretion, but deliver it nonetheless. One-on-one, you can, in 2 minutes, all right, or in 1 minute, you'll be able to deliver it to one person, to the second person, to the third person. It requires a level of skill to talk to 3, 5, 6 people at once. Let your leader do that for you. All right, let your upline do that for you. So if you're new, you may not necessarily need to use the script. All right, your leader can do this for you on your behalf. All right, but you need to know the script. Now, I appreciate you for being open-minded to accept to view the Labanavia project. But if you don't mind, there are a few questions we normally ask just to make sure your time was not wasted. Okay, I hope you guys can see the screen. Please kindly answer as sincerely as possible as you can. Now, this script, this one is for those who, this is for Zoom meeting. This first 4 questions is for Zoom meeting, right? For those who attended the Zoom meeting. So you don't know whether they stay to the end or not. But what if you're in Port Harcourt and you invited people, you send people to Abuja event, right? You can also start from number 1. Did you attend the summit? Because you're not there, so there's no way you will know. And they say, yes, I attended. If they said, yes, you now say, did you stay till the end? Second question. Number 3, if you stay till the end, did you take the mastermind mentorship slot? If you stay till the end and you are trying to make a valid decision that would benefit you, please answer the sub-questions below. Now, what if you are there, all right, and you saw them, they attended physically, and at the end of the meeting, you don't need to ask them, did you stay to the end, right? You saw them, right? So you go straight to A. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions just to be sure that this meeting was worth your while, all right? Is that okay? They say yes. For just 5 questions, all right? So how much money do you need to earn part-time in this business to make it meaningful to you? You don't need to give them options like this. Just let them say. They'll say 50K every month, 100K. You could give them ideas. Question number 2, how many hours per week could you be realistically would you commit realistically to developing the income you selected above? All right, 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, but I'll prefer to ask how many hours per day are you willing? So someone will say 2 hours a week a day, 2 hours, 3 hours. C, how many months will you be willing to work this business part-time before you decide whether to stop or continue? 1 month, 3 months, whatever. Most of them will say 3 months. Few people would exceed 3 months. You see people say 1 month, it doesn't matter. Last question. If you are shown how to make the money you indicated above, how fast will you join the group? Now, this question is for those who attended the event and during altar call, they didn't come out to make payment to start, all right? So you have to follow them up like this. It means they need some questions to be asked, to be answered. So these are the questions you have to ask them. Once you get this feedback, you've locked them in. Most often than not, they'll say yes. If you answer me, if I get all these things, if you show me how to make all this money and you put in this time I indicated above, I'll get to start immediately. Or I'll get to start in 24 hours. Or, I have some questions to answer. Now, this you can copy and send as a WhatsApp message for those who attended on Zoom. I'm going to make it available for all of you guys as well. All right. Now, after this, what if they said, yes, I get you. All these questions you're asking is very important, but then I honestly am not interested. Now, once they answer like that, a lot of us take it personally and we begin to attack them. No, you have to do this business. Is it this civil service work you're doing that will help you to become rich? What I mean, I invited you here, you stay for how many hours? How many minutes and hours? And you say you cannot start? Is your village people doing you? We begin to insult them. You don't need to go all that. hyper. All right. Some of us begin to feel bad, and thank God we have solved that problem. You don't need to feel bad again. Simply deploy the script. In fact, I'm even happy when people tell me that they don't want to start, because when they say they don't want to start, up front, I know I eliminate them from, because some people are time wasters. Do you know that some people actually want to tell you they don't want to do the business, but they don't know how to say that? So they say, let me go think about it. Let me go tell my wife about it. They honestly don't want to do the business, but they don't know how to tell you. So it's better you tell me that you don't want to do the business, but you know the fact, if you don't want to do the business, you can open the door for me to get 5 people from you. Isn't that sweet? Because if you start, you're only one person. But since you say you don't want to start, you can open the door, because I may not know everybody in the whole world. So, but through him or through her, she or he can open the door of their social capital, because that's what the money is. So what do? I use the script. How to extract numbers from people who say they want to start. Who say they don't want to start. So this is how it goes. When prospects say, I'm not sure this business is meant for me, I'm not interested, all right? You say, okay, great. I believe you said that because your hands are full at the moment. We were hoping to have you on board as a visionary person as you are, but I respect your decision. So maybe your uncle says, yeah, I've attended, I came to show you love, but my daughter, I cannot do this kind of things, now. So he's showing you levels, Abi. No worry, uncle, calm down. I know your hands are full. I know you have plenty of money, but uncle, in the spirit of empowerment, would you be so kind to refer at least 10 people who will extend whom we will extend our financial education to? So when uncle is showing you levels that he cannot do this business, uncle should be able to at least recommend them people. Abi? Yeah. So uncle cannot fall your hand by not starting the business. So uncle will want to show that, okay, yes, I'm a man of level. No problem. I'll send you 10 people that I know. One of my bankers, some of my lawyers, I'll send them to you. Has he not opened door for you? So why should you cry? You don't need to feel bad that somebody says no. Open up the door of their social capital. So in the spirit of empowerment, meaning that you are in it for empowerment, you are launching out this business model for empowerment. So since it doesn't resonate with you, in the spirit of empowerment, would you be so kind to refer at least 10 people whom we will extend our financial education to? Now, they don't have to start. It's just for them to see what we're doing, get enough information, and perhaps they might be experiencing a time in their lives where our financial vision can assist them and help enhance their financial situation. Or they simply say they are not interested, just like you, uncle, and that decision will also be respected. All you have to do is send this message below to as many friends as you can. So you show them the message on your phone, just show them. Why is it important to show them the message? Guys, it is very important. Remember, I'm teaching you how to use the AK-47. If you don't understand the salient points, there's the lock on the AK-47, you have to lock it. If you don't put it on lock, you can begin to, discharge bullets accidentally. So if you get an AK-47, it's not just about shooting it. You need to know the salient instructions on how to use this effectively. So you put it on automatic. There's an automatic button if you want to spray the bullet. There's the manual button that you want to shoot it once. So that's what I'm saying now. Some of you will use the script, but you don't show them the script they need to send to these 10 people. If you don't show them that script on your phone or on WhatsApp, the script they need to send to people, it won't resonate to them because they are thinking, how do I talk to these 10 people? Well, I don't have time. What do I say to them? Once it is not clear in their head, they will still not give you 10 people. If you call them and say, yes, I'm thinking about it, don't worry, I'll send you 10 people. They don't know what to do. So this is where I'm starting from here again. All you have to do is send this message below to as many friends as you can. Once this those interested in indicate their interest, simply forward their numbers to us, and we take up the education from there. We take up the education from there. Kindly send the message below to as many of your contacts as possible. So this is the message. Hi, Ruth. I was recently introduced to a global business partnership project and financial education initiative. I found it interesting, but this is where I am now. I found it interesting, but unfortunately my hands are full at the moment and can't complete the course with them. Instead of wasting my reservation, I was wondering if you will take my slot and find out if it's a fit for you now, and also get full details and benefits. If it's okay with you, I would connect one of the consultants with you for more details. What do you say? So this is all they need to copy and paste and send to their friends. Those who say, yes, I don't mind, you forward their numbers to us and we call them. Uncle would definitely say, oh, okay, no problem. If it's to copy and paste and send, oh, I will do that for you. In fact, I would even get you 50 people. Where's my PA? Where's that our book? Copy this and send to all these people. Put my name there. How many are in that book? 75. Okay, do it for my daughter. Do you understand? And if you engage this, people may attend to Sunday's events, Monday's event, whatever event you're doing in your area, Saturday event, and they say they're not interested. Don't worry. Boom. Engage them with this immediately. I'm not interested. Don't worry. Boom. Engage them with this immediately. I'm not immediately. Remember, you have to have enthusiasm. Your energy has got to be high. You have to be what? You have to compliment them. Shower them with compliments. You're a sharp uncle. One of the things I love you is, uncle, you're very sharp. You're very business minded. That is, in fact, you inspire me, uncle. But you see, in the spirit of empowerment, since this is not a business for you, can you? So that's compliment. That's the meaning of complimenting them. All right. So you compliment them. His head will be swelling and swelling. Uncle, I know this business is not for you. Or IK, I know this business is not for you. Your hands are always full. All right. And you inspire me a lot. The way you handle things. What are you doing? You're complimenting him. IK's head is blowing. Do you know that IK has not received any compliment for the past 2 years or even 4 years? I'm telling you. He may be doing well, but nobody's complimenting him because he's up there. He's the one complimenting others. And you open your mouth to compliment him. In fact, he will begin to even consider doing this business with you. He might say, okay, do you know what? But I don't have time. I would have loved to do this business. So why? Because of the way you complimented him. Guys, are you getting the nitty-gritty of the component of this tool? Because if you forget the nitty-gritty component of this tool, you will still use the tool, but it will not be effective. So as enthusiastic as you are, you're always smiling. They notice that even though they say they don't want to do the business, you're not angry, you're not frowning your face, you're still smiling. Woo! They want to relate with you. Do you understand? So if you use that, guys, your result this weekend will be explosive. Wherever you are, whatever city you find yourself in, whether you're in Abuja or wherever, it's going to be explosive. All right. So I have to shut down because we've exceeded our time limit by 30 minutes. So I'm going to give us some announcements. I hope this helps to solve a lot of problems. I know some of you are always waiting for the video to be sent, this thing to be sent, or this one to be sent. After sending, most of you don't watch it. That's the unfortunate part. So if I were you, always be getting content as they hot. So announcement, please, today is the final day for you to make your maintenance. If you're an emerging leader, you're not maintaining, you're doing everything wrong. If you're new, you don't have to maintain your account. All right, you don't have to maintain your account. If you're new, if you just started this month, all right, in April, you don't have to maintain your account. You've already automatically maintained your account. But maintaining your account is not compulsory. It's only for those who want to make more money in the business. If you want to make money from the uni level, the step, and the UPP, all right? So that's when you have to maintain the account. Otherwise, you don't have to maintain the account, all right? So, but me, when I started, I said, hey, why should I be making money from only 2 sources when I can make money from 7 sources? So it didn't make sense. Even though I wasn't making money, I hadn't started making big money in the business, I began to maintain my account so that I will learn, I'll have that culture of maintaining my account. Today is the last day to do that because tomorrow, aimglobal offices will not be on because of the holiday, 1st May, so they won't be open. So this is the only time we have to maintain our accounts, and you have between now and 3 p.m. so that it will lock in. Get to your FASTag manual and see how to maintain your account. It's very simple. It's in the FASTag manual. Get there, all right? In case you're a bit confused or you're new, get to know how to do that. So do that today. Because there's a lot of money, it will help you to move to the next level. If you're maintaining your account, it will help you to move to the next level, to become a silver executive prime, a gold executive prime where you're making more money, or a global ambassador. Is that okay? Then announcement number 2, 6 Gear Revolution is happening on Sunday. Invite massively, all right? It's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be a bit the flavor is going to be a bit different from the first one we did in NAF Center. So you guys get prepared. It's going to be absolutely amazing. If you're an emerging leader or if you live in Abuja, please make sure that you attend the meeting, the ushers, oh my goodness, partners meeting by 3 o'clock at the venue. Now, it is not acceptable if you live in Abuja or you live in a city where a big physical event is going to happen and you did not contribute a dime for that event, not even 1 naira, not even 200 naira, and yet you are in this business and all you do is you invite and you go and sit there and watch people you're not even presenting, you did not contribute any kobo, and you still go there, sit down, invite your guests, and then you are watching things happen. So what you're saying is you're not part of the business. This is your business, own it, have ownership. So we do not encourage laxity in our business. In case you're new, I'm telling you upfront, because all hands must be on deck. So whether you are an emerging leader or not, you must find your way to the venue today by 3 p.m. because we are going to be dissecting on how we're going to run the event successfully. Please, even if you're not in town and you come back on Sunday, you missed today's training because we're going to train ourselves on how to run this event at the venue. The venue is not far from Shalom Plaza. All right, so it's better we go there so you also know how to invite your people. You also know how to, direct them to the venue. So you have to be there today by 3. If you don't make it today by 3 o'clock and you come on Sunday, come on time so that you assume position. I saw this happen last time. Some emerging leaders were looking at leaders carrying tables and you are watching them. What do you call yourself? How will God judge you? A business you started, you are hoping to make money, and you think God will enable you open the floodgates of abundance to come to you when you are sitting down and your leaders are carrying tables and you being chairman as you are there. That is pride, and what goes before pride or after pride is failure. God can never bless us in pride. Humility opens doors. You see your leaders carrying table and you are there as what? You did not contribute anything. Your leader who has invested a lot in this business, all you could have just done is just give a helping hand. Okay, what do we do? What do we do? That's what you should be asking. What can I do? Can I help to usher? Okay, please position me. Where should I stand? Stand there. What should I do? Do you understand? In my local parlance, that's an annual comma million or both. When we put our heads together, great things happen. When one chases 1,000, 2 shall chase 10,000. Imagine what 20 will chase. Unimaginable numbers. So whether you are new or not, don't come there and say, I'm new, and let me just sit down and just sit quietly. That is how your destiny will quietly pass you by. So please don't be in that category. Be in the category of doers, action takers. Somebody give me the 5 attributes of an influencer, because these are the people I am going to I'm concentrating on. Give me 5 attributes of influencers before I close. Who will do that? 5, and the first person that will give me the 5 attributes of influencers walks away with 5,000 recharge card for this morning. Well, I'll send you the 5,000 naira, but then whatever you do with it, that's up to you. But then the idea is to have enough money to charge your phone, internet, and the rest. 5,000 naira going up for grabs. The first person that did, boom. We have a winner, Ogunsusi Oluwa Benga. No, that's not correct. I'm so sorry, that's not correct, Ogunsusi. Who's the next person? The next person is Michael Obi. Michael Obi says, big vision, consistent, independent thinker. Oh my goodness. Michael Obi didn't finish it up. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Judith Esosa, independent, problem solver, very open to solving problems. You are repeating yourself. Be consistent in creating action and big vision. Judith, how far now? Independent, problem solver, very open to solving problems. Be consistent in creating action and big vision. Should I give it to Judith? Ezekiel says, independent problem solver, big dream, action, and consistent. He wrote persistent. Who got it right? Paul, independent, problem solver, creates action, has big vision, and is consistent. Boom, Paul, I give it to you. You hit the nail on the head. Judith tried, but she repeated and she wasn't so sure. Ezekiel, you missed it by using the word persistent. It's consistent. You have to consistently create action. Persistence is there, all right? Persistence is deeper in pursuing what you are persistent, but consistent you have to, because consistency is very key. If you invite people today, you invite people tomorrow, and you don't invite the day after, you don't invite the other day, you're not consistent. You can't win big. You can't be an influencer. An influencer, Paul Ayara, I think you're the next person that got it right. I'm so sorry, the other guys. I think there are other people that got it right, but then Paul is the next person, the first person to get it right completely. So Paul, you walk away with 5,000 naira recharge card, but then I'll send you 5,000 naira. Whatever you do with it, you do with it. Send your account details. But let me summarize this. Influencers make you rich in this business. For you to get influencers, you have to be an influencer. An influencer is somebody who's independent. You think and you decide on your own. You don't need anybody's help to decide. You make decisions. You are matured enough to make decisions on yourself. You're not a baby that they're telling you to do this and do that, do that. You know what you want in life, and then you take action basically. Now, problem solver, you're not whining. You're not saying, you're not complaining every now and then. You're thinking of solution. Well, no matter what happens, solution. How do I get this done? How do I get this done? Somebody actually stopped attending sell meetings, this business, somebody who has been in this business for a while, because she has not been able to encash. And I was expecting, come on, you ought to be asking, how do I solve this? Even if you try several areas, keep trying to get it solved, not to abandon your business. For what? So, but then, does that make you an influencer? No, you have to be a problem solver. That's no excuses. Number 3, you have to learn how to create action. It is not all the time you feel like doing things, but you have to create action. And I've told you, your DMO helps you to create action. Look at the DMO, know what you need to do every day. DMO is the daily method of operation. So when you look at it, you know the things you need to do every day and take action. Then you have to have a big vision. All right, the big vision. You need to know why you're doing this business, where you're going to, and what are the things you expect to get out of this business. Because without a big vision, this business, becoming successful in this business will be very difficult. And then consistency. All right. So Ayara Paul, send me your bank details directly on my WhatsApp, and you have it. So finally, on announcement, we have some winners for the Dubai trip. Yes, we have some winners already for the Dubai trip. Today, tomorrow, today is the last day to compile it. So please, the names have started coming in. Send your, if you hit 300 codes, 300 codes makes you qualified. Somebody's asking, so what's the name of the venue for the event? It was sent here on the group chat, on this chat platform. All right, who even sent it? So please send it again. The address is there. Who sent it? Who sent it? It's up there though. So, okay, here you go. I think it's Ogunsusi sent it. Augustus, you can send it again. So for those, if you qualified, if you hit 300 codes, please send alert your leader so that you will be verified. All right, because there's a celebration for those who qualified for Dubai trip. Now, the challenge we're having now is that Dubai is not open. Dubai has been closed for travels, and we were hoping that they would have opened, but there's good news though. We have upgraded the trip. Yeah, so you know, man proposes, God, how's it said? Man proposes and God disposes, something like that. You know, we plan and then, you know, something else happens. So while we were planning, Dubai was open, but, you know, Nigerians started going to Dubai, and they were forging the certificate, the COVID-19 certificate test. So, you know, Dubai couldn't accept that, so they shut down you know, vacations from, you know, tourists from Nigeria. So it's been closed, and we don't know when they're going to open it up. And from what is happening, it might extend to another 6 months. So we have gathered together, the elite leaders in Team 247. We've gathered together. We've been looking for alternatives, and finally we've got one. And brace yourself. There'll be a mega masterclass on Monday morning by 8 a.m. 247 masterclass. And that is where you're going to see the good news for the travels. If Dubai is not open, we have to create another way. We always thinking, I mean, it's devastating, right? So, but we are not complainers. We think of solutions. So we kept on thinking, how do we get this? How do we make this happen? How do we make this happen? So first of all, if you've qualified with 300 codes, please send your name to your leader today, before today runs out. Send your name to your leader. Leaders also reach down, find out those who qualified, and send, because the names are being sent as I speak to you, so that we collate them, and then your ceremony will take place on Monday, this coming Monday, on Zoom. All right. Big 247 master class event. All right. And that will also show us the solution we found towards our travels. All right. So get ready. It's going to be powerful. Please do not forget to send the names. Once I'm done, I'll send all the necessary scripts to all the groups. So please make sure that you keep checking the groups to get that done. Okay, Ayara, I've seen your bank details. Let me send this thing now. All right, so quickly, let me send it right about now so that you have your money for recharge card and the rest. So please, everybody be prepared. This weekend is going to be explosive wherever you are. Invite massively. Do not have mercy. Do not have mercy. Go back to your what's it called now? Your contacts. Begin to write down your contacts today. There's no meeting today, no presentation, no QSG. Today we're doing massive invitations. Invite like your life depends on it. All right. And let me see. First Bank. 313-230, 313-230, and 4673. So this is showing love to Paul for getting the question correct. So Paul, you're walking away with 5,000 naira this morning. Boom, there you go. So send. So please, you can also acknowledge if you've gotten it, Paul. All right. So that being said, everybody go get your game on and begin to work your business, because God, in his infinite mercy, will continue to bless the works of our hands. If you're working in this business, you will be getting, I guarantee you, you may not be getting super breakthrough immediately, but what you're doing now is you're sowing, and the harvest will come. God bless you. Bond, over to you.
Wow. This is amazing. This is so much for one day. Border trading, what good news? I wish for some money. The Dubai trip is already before us. All right, so both the comment section and thank the ambassador for such prolific, phenomenal, and profound training. Go ahead. I want to see everybody. Thank you, ambassador. We love you. There's no other better mentor we could do now. As for any mentor that you do. Thank you, ambassador. Thank you, ambassador. Thank you, ambassador. Thank you, ambassador. All right, that's super beautiful to you, sir. Thank you so much. So we are prepared for the event. Make sure you have at least 100 people. Okay, still in that hall. You know, you make this business. It's when you invite invitation, presentation, follow up, close down, both events. Okay, so this is one event where all of them are there. So thank you so much, sir. Who is going to take on an closing declaration? We're going to take us. The first person was two. So much. Somebody who is fired up. Let's take it. Who is going to take us a presentation? Go ahead and the venue is going to be the venue for the event. All right, so the first person I will take, I think that's favor Woku and Edu to Mela. So favor is going to take the question, while Mela is going to, Mela and I are going to support. Is that okay? So I'm going to unmute favor right now, favor and Mela. So Mela, you can unmute yourself. Where is favor?
I'm here already.
Where is favor? Yeah. So,
Okay, thank you, sir.
Favor, you will take it, and Mela will support.
Okay, thank you, sir. Please, let's. Shall I begin?
Yeah.
Let's hold our right hand on our chest and take the Let's place our right hand on our chest as we take the closing declaration. I am a world leader. I am creating the exact level of my financial success.
I am creating the exact level of my financial success.
I daily attract serious-minded leaders who will do business with me.
I daily attract serious-minded leaders who will do business with me.
I work in discipline and self-control.
I work in discipline and self-control.
I succeed in life because I constantly help others to succeed.
I succeed in life because I constantly help others to succeed.
My thoughts are governed only by things true, noble, pure, beautiful, and authentic.
My thoughts are governed only by things true, noble, pure, beautiful, and authentic.
Through my positive thoughts, I attract positive outcomes in life.
Through my positive thoughts, I attract positive outcomes in life.
A new cycle of victory, success, and prosperity has replaced the old cycle of poverty and failure.
A new cycle of victory, success, and prosperity has replaced the old cycle of poverty and failure.
I am blessed. I have no lack. I have more than enough to give over and above all my needs.
I am blessed. I have no lack. I have more than enough to give over and above all my needs.
Everyone I show my business will join me now or later.
Everyone I show my business will join me now or later.
I am bigger than any challenge that comes to me.
I am bigger than any challenge that comes to me.
I am committed to constantly learning and growing.
I am committed to constantly learning and growing.
With God by my side and smart work, I will achieve all my dreams.
With God by my side and smart work, I will achieve all my dreams.
I am a visionary leader.
I am a visionary leader.
Who are you?
I am a visionary leader.
Who are you?
I am a visionary leader.
We don't just learn.
We do.
Thank you, sir, for your
Thank you
for the opportunity.
My brother
you,
from another mother.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you too. Let's go out and conquer. No excuse not to succeed in the business. You have mentorship, you have support, you have an event. All this on it. Let's go out there and conquer. You have to buy the free version to make. So let's go out there and conquer. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day.